Today in the Club World Cup, Chelsea are taking on Los Angeles FC, where our former player, Olivier Giroud, is playing at the moment. Lots of news surrounding it. Let's get into it together. Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this new video. My name is Wills and today we are previewing our first game of the Club World Cup 2025. We are taking on LAFC in the opener of our group. In our group we are Chelsea, then LAFC, then Esperance from Tunisia, and then I think Flamingo. Yeah. So our first game is on today. The tournament started 2 days ago with Inter Miami drawing with the Al Ahly 0-0. The game was interesting. Messi was there, and really there was a lot to watch. Bayern came and put up a show, 10 goals past the Auckland City. Bayern are always into that. They could have scored more because they scored 6 goals in the first half, and they had to wait until the 70-something minute to score the 70 goal. PSG continued with their dominance. They defeated Atletico Madrid 4-0. Atletico and Inter Milan are some of the most defensive teams in Europe, but PSG did not care about that. They put 9 past them combined. Then Palmeiras, where our boy ESTAVAO WILLIAN is playing, drew 0-0 with the FC Porto, and ESTAVAO WILLIAN was named the player of the match for that game. Yeah, the title is called Superior Player of the Match. He took it home. He played mainly on the left wing, and that's what we wait to see, because that's the position where Jadon Sancho departed, and if ESTAVAO WILLIAN can play well like it did yesterday in that position, we have someone. He's good on both feet. Of course, he's mainly left, but he's good on both feet, and that's really another advantage for the club. So we wait and see how we will utilize him. Recall the place for Mikhail Mudryk through the season was occupied by Tyreek George, and now the only place that is clearly open is that of Jadon Sancho, who returned to Manchester United. Then getting to the game, we have news. Enzo Maresca is insisting that Sanchez will be his number 1, but I think for this first game he might want to do some bit of rotation. Penders is there. Some of us wouldn't be surprised if he's given a chance to start, because Petrovic was not taken. Michael Mingo did sign. Our 2 goalkeepers who we used last season were not that convincing in Robert Sanchez and Philip Jensen. So if Penders is given a chance, it wouldn't be so much of a surprise, to be honest. Then Gusto or James, any of them can play. Lots of options in the center-back role. Only Wesley Fofana and maybe Renato Vega State that were not taken. So you have Colwill, you have Benoba Diashil, who, when you follow online platforms, you see that so many of the fans do not buy into him, but Enzo Maresca trusts in him a lot. So Benoba Diashil is there. We have Joshua Achempongo, Levi Colwill, you have the new signing Mamasa, and then on the left, Marco Cucurella is there. Moses Caicedo and the new signing Dario Esugo are there. Wesley Romeo Lavia is there. Andre Santos, who had a very successful spell at Strasbourg last season, is there. Cole Palmer for the number 10 role. Kenan Dewsbury Hall is also there, and so is Enzo Fernandez for the midfield. Then we have Tyreek George, we have Pedro Neto, we have Noni Madueke for the winger role, and we wait and see. Then up front we have Mark Gill, Christopher Nkunku, who didn't train apparently and might not feature in this one. Mark Gill, Christopher Nkunku, Nicholas Jackson, and new signing Liam Delap are all available for the manager to select from, and we wait and see how our game goes, and hopefully we can win this one. Lots of chances for the manager to rotate. If I was to select the lineup, I think I would go Sanchez. Isn't that awful even if we sometimes do not appreciate him? Chelsea is used for greatness, but he kept 10 clean sheets last season out of the 32 games where he played. The only goalkeepers who had more clean sheets than him were Sales for Nottingham, 13, and then Laya. There was another goalkeeper who had more clean sheets than him, and all of these guys played 38 games for their clubs, so it's fairly comparable. He had 10, the other ones had 13. Even Michael Mingo, who we think is very great, had about only 13 clean sheets, 3 more, and he played more games than Robert Sanchez did. I think he played 37. Then I would go for James. In the midfield, Colwill and maybe Chaloba, but of course the manager will love to use a French defender in there. And then Cucurella, of course, on the left. In the midfield, I would go Caicedo, and then Santos, and then Enzo Fernandez. I want Andre Santos to start so bad. And then I would go for Noni Madueke on the right, Pedro Neto on the left, and then Delap or Jackson. I would go for Jackson, honestly speaking. We are better with the Nicholas Jackson in our team. Cole Palmer is better with the Nicholas Jackson in our team. Enzo Fernandez is better. Jackson creates lots of space when he's playing for us. So we wait and see how the game up goes. What do you think? What would be your starting lineup? I think I forgot Palmer in that number 10 role, but I left the place empty, so is one not to take a joke on. Is the first man on the squad sheet. What do you think of this game? What do you think the starting lineup to be? Let me know in the comment section. Then when we go back to the market, to the transfer windows, a lot is still happening. We've seen Gyökeres preferring joining Arsenal to Manchester United, despite Arsenal having Benjamin Sesko as their number 1 target. They still have Gyökeres in their minds, but I think that they would only go for Gyökeres if the Benjamin Sesko deal didn't go through. Chelsea called Frankfurt to inquire about Hugo Ekitike's contract situation and whether he's available on the market. The answer was yes, Ekitike is available, but for 100 million euros. Chelsea are not willing to pay that, and you could understand why. They have Nicholas Jackson, who scored 14 goals in his first season and scored 10 last season. And also they added Liam Delap, who actually has the attributes that Nicholas Jackson lacks. Delap scored 12 goals, but of course he has some penalties it's the same status. The number of goals is the same, despite the only difference is that Nicholas Jackson has already shown what he can do for the club. So you can only get someone who is an improvement on him, an upgrade. So is Liam Delap that? He can be that. One of the areas where Jackson lacks a lot is the quality of shots. Sometimes his shots are so poor. Is when it comes to one-on-one with goalkeepers, he's also not what you would want, and in many instances, strikers find themselves in situations where they are on one-on-one with goalkeepers, and if you're not good at that, it means you're going to get to let your teams down on multiple occasions. So Liam Delap is there, and I think Chelsea will be slow on proceeding with the Ugo HTK deals because of the amount they might want to pay. Victor Osimhen is still on the market, but you recall last season Chelsea agreed contract terms with Napoli, and then they couldn't agree on personal terms with Victor Osimhen. Osimhen wants higher pay, and Chelsea's wage structure is at the moment a bit fixed. They are only improving it for players who have showed that we are really this good, like we have seen it for Cole Palmer and also for Nicholas Jackson. His first season was really impressive. Even the second season, there are attributes where he lacks, but he isn't that bad, too bad if you compare that. He doesn't take penalties and all that. Then we really need another winger, but yesterday, after that impressive Willian ESTAVAO performance versus FC Porto, and also how he has been, we wait and see whether the club might want to step back. Borussia Dortmund wanted to exploit us, they wanted to overcharge us. We wait and see. Then our goalkeeper situation, we see Enzo Maresca continuing to back Robert Sanchez, and then Philippe Jensen as his backup. And to the Club World Cup, we have seen them take Gabriel Slonina and Mike Penders. We wait and see how the Club World Cup happens. If, for instance, Mike Penders is given a chance and he shows that I'm the new Thibaut Courtois, why not? Maybe he can go to the Premier League, he gets a few cup calls, he does well, like it happened for Philippe Jensen, only that even when he got the chance to play in the Premier League, he didn't perform any different from Robert Sanchez, and there wasn't that much for him maybe to grasp the number one role. And now there is that contrast between choosing a goalkeeper who is a short stopper, like we see Petrovic, and then to someone who can maybe has good ball distribution, who can play from the back, who is confident under pressure, he can play tic-tac. Is that what we need? I think at the moment, our defenders are yet to really perform. Actually, when you're criticizing Robert Sanchez, you also look at what our defense looked like last season. It isn't really that great. Every now and then you could see a different partnership. You could see Fofana Badiashile this match, next match you see Badiashile and the guy we signed from Fulham, Badiashile and Tozin. Then you see Fofana, Colwill, you see Chaloba when he returned, Ashempong, lots of partnership, and you can't blame the goalkeeper too much. We wait and see if Chelsea will go back for Michael Mingo or they will only wait when his deal expires in 2026. So guys, let me know all your thoughts on what's going on in the Club World Cup, what we've discussed about the lineup, and then about the transfer windows. Thank you for watching.